G'day guys, this is Tyr and welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Today, as the title suggests, I'm going to be testing all of my Bloodied builds, all 5 of them. We've got the shotgunner, we've got the heavy, got the rifleman, got the pistol, and the melee. Going to be testing all of them without legendary armor and legendary weapons. So that means, for example, I'm going to be using a regular old power fist instead of my Bloodied swing speed strength power fist, and instead of my unyielding +1 strength armor, this is for the melee, I'm going to be rocking just general old combat armor with no legendary effects. Simple. Same goes for everything else. I'll mention it in detail when we actually get in there testing. But the reason I'm doing this is because if you watched both of the videos that are on screen right now, they'll be on screen. People got pretty offended over my attitude of saying you don't need glitches to deal out damage and you don't need glitches to have a good build. So I guess that offended people. People got offended over my outlook on the magic fucking glitch and just my general attitude towards builds in general and my mindset of that. So if you're offended by what I had to say in any of those 2 videos, number 1, that's just piss weak. Number 2, just leave your dislike and leave, mate. We don't need that around here. And no, I'm not going to be testing any of these builds at the moment on the endgame bosses like the Queen or Earl Williams. Thanks to Bethesda, that is dead in the water due to the damage calculation change. It is next to impossible to solo these bosses with any type of good build anymore. It doesn't matter how good you are or what stuff you got. It'll still take a really long time. Ergo, Captain Noob displayed this perfectly with his build taking 5 minutes to kill Earl Williams. That's a long bloody time if you remember what his old record was, like 15 seconds, something like that. So the damage calculation change really fucked over solo players that wanted to just have fun speed killing bosses in their own private servers, but I digress. I'm going to be testing all of these with regular enemies, and I feel like it wouldn't really make sense for me to just go and punch the bosses or shoot the bosses with all my builds. I feel like that's not an accurate representation of what I'm trying to showcase in this video, especially since the point of this video is to not use legendary weapons and legendary armor. So that would make it take even longer. Doesn't matter how good your build is, if you go up against the boss and try and punch it to death without legendary weapons and legendary armor, you're gonna have a bad time. So yeah. Also, just quickly before we jump into it, there will be timestamps on screen right now for each of these builds if you're only interested in seeing like the shotgun or the heavy gun or the melee, whatever. Skip to that part of the video and see what you want to see. And also, this is not an attack on anyone. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. If you think I'm attacking someone, you have something seriously wrong with you, bro. This is just showing my stuff, showing people. You don't need to rely on glitches. You don't need to rely on being bloodied. You don't need to rely on being junkies. You don't need to rely on any type of legendary prefix. It's just build your build. And yes, all of the things I'm going to show you are low health because that's my build. Like I said, I'm showing my bloodied builds work well without legendary weapons and legendary armor. Ergo, I'm still going to be low health, because that's my build. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we are, we're on the melee build, and just to reiterate, the point of this video is to just show it's not legendary weapons and my legendary armor, because I will admit they are very, very powerful weapons and armor that I do have collected on all my characters. Not everyone's going to be able to get the weapons and armor that I do have, I understand that. But the point of this video is to show that that doesn't make the build powerful, okay? It's just the icing on the cake, okay? What makes it powerful is the actual build itself, and this is the simplest way I could think of to showcase that in a quick, easy 30-minute video for everyone to digest. So right here is my perk setup that I'm going to be using for this video. This is the melee build that I've got at the moment. I've changed it over the course of the last 6 months, but that's where it's at currently. And you'll know what legendary perks I rock on this. So there's that. And here's right my damage at right now. 595 damage for the beefed up, awesome legendary power fist. Let's firstly take off all the armor, because as you know it's all unyielding +1 strength. Let's wear regular old Brotherhood of Steel heavy combat armor. My armor rating goes down, I no longer get all that unyielding and +1 strength benefits to add to my melee damage, which by the way is totally fucked up with this new damage calculation. Bethesda needs to address that, because that's a lot of strength that I just lost. I went from 50 down to 26, and you know, 5% per damage point per point of strength should not it should be giving more. But anyways, compare that to a regular Power Fist. Yeah, no Bloodied effect on it, which is by far the best damage legendary effect at the moment, at least for melee. Some weapons have weird property effects where 2-shot makes the damage more, but that's just because the damage modifier is completely fucked up and Bethesda needs to address it. But yeah, Bloodied adds a 100% damage boost while you're at low health, and that's the damage difference right there. 440 down to 368, and I'm wearing my regular armor. Let's go get into it. Okay, so first up with all these builds, I'm just going to be testing against the Super Mutant Behemoth first. Here we go, regular old Power Fist, just level 50, regular old armor equipped. And let's go kill this thing. And this is purely, once again, just to show that it is the build that makes my stuff powerful, not the weapons. Like, they're just the icing on the cake. That was about 4 punches there. Okay, 4 punches with a non-legendary Power Fist and non-legendary armor. I'm not even getting any bonuses from all my unyielding that I would be wearing if I did have that equipped. So, just to show it again, look at that, from 26 to 45. That's a huge strength increase that really increases my damage up to 552. So I mean, it's your build that makes your everything powerful. That was purely just to show how quickly I can kill the behemoth with no legendary gear equipped. Let's move on and test survivability and stuff like that. Alright, so now we're going to be fighting just regular super mutants. You can see I'm wearing the stuff and using the weapon. These are just because these are the regular or toughest regular enemies that you can find that are grouped up into a tight cluster, so easiest to test on. One hit. One hit. Now this is just purely to show off it's the build that makes the build powerful. Sure, you can have all these legendary armors and weapons to complement the build, but as I keep reiterating, that's just an add-on that increases the effectiveness. The real effectiveness is the perk cards that you equip. Like, I'm still able to tank stuff here. I'm still able to kill stuff. I'm bloodied as well, like I'm not even wearing legendary armor. So I mean, I don't know what more I could say on this, other than the fact that it's just taking me longer to kill things than what it would normally if I was wearing my armor and using a bloodied, the bloodied Power Fist. But I don't, yeah, besides that, I mean, this video is purely just to make a point, prove a point to the people that were commenting and getting all offended on my shotgun video saying, the only reason you're powerful is because of your legendary gear. And true to an extent, but I'll get to that. I'll be showing off all my builds, including the shotgun one later on in the video. There should have been a timestamp thing showing off when that will happen at the start of the video. But yeah, I think I just proved my point. I can't find any more super mutants, so let's move on to some Scorch Beasts after I murder this guy. He almost got me. He almost got me. Anyway, moving on. Alrighty, and here we are facing some Scorch Beasts. Let's see how this goes. I'll show the armor and weapons after I kill this thing. Bam, it's dead. Hopefully nothing else bloody whacks me while I'm showing this. There's that, and the armor. That was super easy, piss easy. Scorch Beasts are nothing, and obviously that's all due to my build being a decent melee build. It's spec'd for doing everything it can to be as good as it possibly can for being melee. So obviously Bloodied and Unyielding would have helped me there a lot, but it's not needed. This is purely, once again, just to advertise. Build your builds properly and you'll be fine. And that's not to say that, you know, there's anything wrong with not building your builds properly. I'm not saying that you have to play this way, but this is purely for the people that are complaining about they're not able to deal damage and they wonder why. And, you know, I tell them why because they're using crap perks and they complain. They get up in arms like, you can't tell me what to use. And yeah, true, I can't tell you what to use, but I can give you information and tips on why what you're complaining about is happening. But I digress. If you're using perks like Through Hiker and Good with Salt and crap like that and complaining about not being able to deal damage, it's probably a safe bet to say that they are the reason you're not dealing enough damage. Overusing perks like adrenaline or fucking evasive to keep your health up, action girl, moving target, stuff like that. Even bloody mess, I know that's not that useful now with the damage calculation change, but every point of damage does help. So, I mean, the build's there. This is melee done and dusted for. I could go and fight more enemies and just show myself not dying and killing stuff like fucking some sort of fucking god, but obviously that ain't true. We all die, but this is just showing that it's the build. The build is good. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the next character and continue to test all this stuff out. Alright, and here we are on Thor, the heavy gunner character. As you can see, I am rocking some shite old Raider power armor, which is the worst power armor in the game. I feel like that was the necessary thing to switch to instead of using this. It is my Strangleheart armor with a jetpack and all that sort of jazz. It's fully kitted up. And I figured instead of using this to make a point, I'll just use Raider power armor, the worst power armor in the game, giving me the least amount of defenses. And adding on to that, for comparison, this is the Bloodied Faster Forward LMG that I normally use, 169 damage right now. Regular LMG with no legendary effects, 126. This video could double as a fact to just say how bad the damage calculation change was, because Bloodied is supposed to give you a 100% damage increase, and I'm pretty fucking sure, like I'm no math whiz, but I'm pretty sure from 126 to 169 is not a 100% damage increase. And that's not even factoring in Adrenal Reaction and Nerd Rage, which is 20 and 50%. Anyways, moving on. We're going to be testing up against the Behemoth first up, just going to be showing how well I can tank and how fast I can kill it with non-legendary gear. Let's get into it. And just before I forget, this is the build. If you're not familiar with this build, it is literally made to be as tanky as humanly possible and deal as much damage as humanly possible. So that's the build, that's what perks I'm running. These are my legendary perk cards, and yep, again, same deal. And I could be in a team by myself to make use of this and basically have a permanent 30% increase to my damage, but I feel like that's cheating, so I'm not going to do that. I've talked enough now, let's go kill this fucking behemoth and let him smack me. Come on, mate. Wake up. Rah. Go on, get over here and smack me. Or not. Okay. Took out almost half of the health I did have left. Come on. There we go. Done nothing there. Pretty much nothing. Smack me with your hydrant. Yeah, she'll be fine. Alright, let's take him out now. I don't know about you, but that was pretty bloody quick. Hello, mate. How'd you get in here? Get out of me private server. Anyway, that was pretty bloody quick, and I mean, I think it's safe to say that my build is still good no matter what I'm using if it doesn't have legendary effects or whatever. Yeah, let's move on and fight some regular super mutants now. So yeah, I'm not really too sure what else there is to talk about other than the fact that a lot of people were complaining, saying that, you know, my builds are only good because I have all this really hard to get uber rare super powerful weapons and armor. I'm just like, no, it's the build. Please stop with that. It's the build. So that's what this video is. That's probably like the 5th time I've said it, but anyway, I digress. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Gonna be able to tank these guys easy no matter what. Gonna let this guy blow up on me. No whackers. Yeet. 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 Super mutants are the hardest enemy that a regular enemy that you'll face. They're harder than ghouls, scorched, robots, all that jazz. They have the most health and the most damage output. So that's why I love to fight these guys. Let's see what this guy can do. Yeah. I'm tanky, mate. And I could just go on and on and on and go in there and actually fight the rest of the super mutants, but come on, I just took out all these guys. I don't think that seeing more of that is really necessary. I can show you it if you want, but it's not really necessary, like I keep saying. And yeah, I'm not really sure else what to say other than I don't need legendary stuff on my gear to be good. Right, and here we are fighting some Scorch Beasts. Probably one spawned, I didn't really check, but Raider power armor once again, regular LMG. And let's see if we can get this guy to land. If not, I'll just shoot him in the air. But once again, reiterating, this is just goes to show that it's your perk cards that really matter. Yes, having legendary weapons and legendary armor and cool pair armor definitely helps and increases your potential for everything you feel like doing, whether it be vanguards for high health, or bolstering and unyielding for low health, or stalking for being a stalker, or getting junkies for extra damage output while you're at high health, etc, etc, etc. Okay, they're not really going to land. Smack me. Fuck you all. Anyway, so my point stands. Let's just try and take these out and move on to the next character. Which one do I want to kill? Not that guy. Come back here, you fucking spud. Oh, there's a queen as well. Let's take on these as well, since they're already landed. Oh, and this landed too. This is gonna be a clusterfuck. Well, there's the fucking Scorch Beast down. Took half a mag to kill. Reload, please. Kill that king. Where'd he go? They're always invisible. There we go. Alright, and we'll take out this queen. No problemo. No problemo. We're gonna just go through this easy. This is a nice surprise, to be honest. No problem. No skin off my nuts. Scorch Beast, fucking Mirelet Queen and Mirelet King, some of the most annoying and tough enemies in the game, taken out relatively easily. No hiccups, no real damage done to myself because my build is built for tanking. It's the perk cards. Is this guy gonna land? No, he's not. I'm gonna leave him alone because he's pissing me off, just flying around like a fuckwit. Anyway, let's move on to the next character. Let's move on to the shotgun. Alrighty then, now we're on to the shotgunner character, Odin. This is the build that started all the drama. Alright, non-legendary combat shotgun, 270 damage, bloodied explosive combat shotgun, 501 damage, keep that in mind. And here's the armor I'm wearing, same Brotherhood of Steel heavy combat set, using that instead of my unyielding armor over here. And here's the build, just so you have reference. It's not done yet, I need to get max out legendary luck so that I can make up 3 more points of usage here. But yeah, there's the perks. Here's the legendary perk cards. Pretty similar to the Rifleman, which we'll get into later. But yeah, there's that. And I just want to touch on something quickly. This is like the main complaint I had on my magic shotgun video. People were saying, yeah, of course Tyr's going to have fucking so much damage. He's using a bloodied explosive gold roll combat shotgun. Us regular people can't get this and can't deal damage. Through hike is good. To that I say, just watch this video. And eat your words. Let's get into it. So yes, it needs to be said, I don't disagree with the fact that shotguns need a buff. They absolutely do, especially when you're fighting the endgame bosses. They do fuck all against the endgame bosses. But anyways, to the point, you don't need glitches, you don't need overpowered weapons like I normally use. You just need a good build. The perk cards are the main thing that matter in this game. I cannot stress that enough. So I'll even take off Suppressor and put on rank 1 Tenderizer for a little bit of extra damage. But, like, I'll just showcase right now. This is the build. You saw my perk cards just there. I'm stealth shotgun right now. People like to complain that shotgunners don't deal enough damage, so here I am to rectify that. Give him a little warning shot. 2 damage. And Vats is definitely going to whiff, like, most of this. There we go, hitting solid 44s. We get a headshot. My Vats regen. Fucking Vats likes to whiff shotgun shots. I can't wait for them to fix that. Don't know why. There we go, 69. Perfect number to end it on. I can't fucking speak today. Anyway, hardest regular enemy to kill, I think by far. Probably the Mirelet Queen is tougher to kill than that. I would argue that. But shotguns can be powerful. I just did that with a non-legendary shotgun, and people were complaining that they can't even kill regular enemies with their amazing junkies shotguns or whatever the hell they happen to be using. You know, the main point I was making in my video about shotguns, like 2 days ago, 5 days ago, however long it was that you don't need to rely on glitches. Just build your build properly and you'll be fine. And to the people that were in the comments saying, of course you're going to be fine, you're using this weapon right here. Well, just keep watching, because I've got more proof to dispel that fucking claim. Love you, let's go. And let's go on to regular muties now. There's the same armor, haven't changed, same combat shotgun, have not changed. Let's see what we can do. Try and do a bit of VATS action here. 2 shots. Non-VATS. 3 shots. God, I don't like these guys now. Apparently they do damage sometimes. I don't know. They're kind of buggy, but what isn't in this game? Let's be real. Anyways. So there's that guy getting fucking vatsed in the head. He's going down fine. And he's dead. And, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is working a treat. Oh, Jesus. Can't aim today. Oh, don't kill me, please. That'll be bad. Got him dead. Got that guy dead. Yeah, I mean, what more proof do you want? It's all in the build. I literally don't know what to say. This video is just going to be 90% me fucking rambling like a goddamn pork chop. But I needed to make this video. I needed to disprove people that were being weird in the comments section. Like, yeah. Build your builds properly, guys. Just... there's nothing else I can say. Just build your builds properly. I've got a non-legendary shotgun and non-legendary armor, and I'm low health. Like, yes, some people do die when they're bloodied, but I think that's because they don't have the proper perk cards. I don't know. Maybe I should make a guide on how to be bloodied, because some people genuinely want to be bloodied and end up dying a lot. So let me know if you want me to make that video to help you out, if that rings a bell for you. But I mean, I don't know what else to say on that front. Let's go kill some Scorch Beasts. There's me shit. Yeah. Alright, so as you can see, we're in fucking flying Batland. Wasn't expecting to land. Armor. Shotgun. Let's cripple his wings so that he stays landed. Come on, AP, regenerate. Okay, well, fuck the other wing. Let's just kill him. Alright, as you can see, it's taken a little bit. That's just because shotguns are weak by nature, especially against enemies like this. But, you know, for what it is, it's holding up pretty well. A non-legendary shotgun. Not really too much of a hassle. It's fine. Oh, there goes me fucking shoddy, it broke. So yeah, that was the main reason I wanted to make this video in general, because a lot of people in my magic shotgun video were very upset that I said that they don't need the magic glitch to be a good shotgunner. All they need to do is put on the proper perks and make the proper build. A lot of people were angry about that. Don't understand why. It's a pretty fucking factual statement, and here's anecdotal evidence as well to support it. But anyway, they were saying that the only reason my build was good is because I was using this thing, which, yeah, it does help, but it's not the main reason. The main reason is the perk cards, as you just saw. I mean, I was using a non-legendary shotgun, same build as all my other videos where I use shotguns, and I was doing just bloody fine. I didn't die once, and I didn't fucking... Look, if you look at the compass area, there's no death screen down there, so I didn't die around this area. And, I mean, it was fine. I was tanking like I was supposed to. You know, I've got non-legendary armor on, so I had no unyielding bonuses. The build completed its objective. Most damage output possible with shotguns and being relatively tanky. And just got to say that the build is not done, obviously. I need to max out Tenderizer, I accidentally scrapped that. And I need to max out Legendary Luck to put a few perks into luck. But aside from that, it's pretty much done, you know. Anyways, I hope that this makes those people that were commenting all those really nasty things just take a second look at their build, because that was the original purpose of the magic video. The magic video I did 5 days ago. Just build your builds properly. There's no need to complain. Complaining is irrelevant. Let's move on. Okay, so here we are on the pistol build. Same armor set as before. Now we're going to be using a non-legendary Western revolver. I chose this type of pistol because it's probably the main pistol that I actually use, and to compare, 195 damage with the regular to 345 with the Bloodied explosive. That's a pretty steep increase, so let's see how that actually maps out here in actual gameplay. Here's the perks that we're going to be using. Pretty fucking solid pistol build. I love this build to death. It's so much fun. And then the legendary perks. Don't have it really set up because I probably play this one the least. Maxed out legendary perception so that I could get the tank killer thing. And yeah, besides that, let's get into it, eh? Let's go. Now I already know this is going to suck. There's the armor and there's the weapon. I know this is going to be bad. Pistols need a relative buff as well. See if we can get that first sneak attack. Just because the DPS is so low here, this is going to take quite a while. So I'm going to try and rely on VATS. And I probably shouldn't be so hungry. But we're going to get through this. And we're going to do it together. That's the main thing. Oh god, where am I? Yeah, use the tree to block him. That's bloody awesome. Alright, no whackers. I mean, it's taken a while, but we knew that was going to happen. Excuse me, how did those all miss? I would like to know that game. Alright. And this is why I don't play on my pistol build too much. Pretty low damage compared to everything, no matter how good the build is. So yeah, pistols and shotgun definitely need a relative buff, but I mean, if you play your cards right, you'll be fine. Moving on, let's go to the Super Mutants. So here we are in Super Mutant Land. Got the same revolver, same armor. Let's okay, how'd that miss? Don't know. There's that. Should take about 2 to 3 shots to kill all these muties. Yep, just drifting off of that that third shot there. Look how much health he's got. Okay. I probably picked the worst weapon to actually use for this on the pistol build, to be honest. The DPS and fire rate is so low. And I can't rely on stealth because it has no suppressor. Well, I like a challenge. Let's bloody go. Oh, that screen shake. There we go. Alright, we're getting through it. It's not that hard, but it's just a little bit of, you know, tactics, I guess. Hiding, if you could call that tactics. And stimpaks, cheeky little stimpak, never hurt nobody. And and that's that, I guess. Fuck this thing. I don't like this. Is there any more left? Nope. No super mutants. So, as you can see, it just takes longer than what it would normally if I was using a bloodied one. The damage difference is quite large when you look at it that way, but yeah. Anyways, let's go, let's go kill a Scorch Beast. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but whatever. Okay, and same weapon, same armor. Let's see what we can do with this here 6-shooter on this fucking flying bat. Probably not too much, I'd imagine, but whatever. For consistency's sake and testing sake, let's give it a go. Jeez. These ones with oh my god, there's a lot of them. No wonder they almost killed me. Alright, let's take out these Scorched. I guess, because they won't leave me alone. There's the bat. Up there. Hey, far-flung fireworks killed something. Hell yeah. Ah, there we go, he's landing. Oh, chuck a stimpak. Oh, run away from the rads. I am going to die from rads, aren't I? I need to pop a Radix. There we go. Fuck off, leave me alone, you machete-wielding cunt. This is going better than expected. Watch me die. Yep. That's fine. First death of the video. I'll take that. Alright, hopefully he didn't regen. He didn't. Alright, that's fine. First death of the video, I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and wait for this cunt to get in range, first of all. Come on, we're over here, mate. Now let's pop some toxic water so we have more damage. Chuck a sneaky reload. Critical, critical, bang. One more shot and it is a goner. Come on, mate. Where do you go? There we go. yeah, so we died obviously, but that's no big dramas. Non-legendary armor and non-legendary pistol, probably the worst pistol. I should have picked a 10mm pistol or something so I could get better DPS. That's my fault, but whatever. Demonstration is a demonstration. There's the build. Legendary perks again. I mean, it's good. It's a good build, but pistols just genuinely need a buff. I mean, there's not much else to say against that. Let's move on to the Commando. Alright, now we're on to the Commando. Now this one's a little bit different. I'll just be using a regular old, the Fixer rifle. That's a regular version of what I normally use, my B2525, which I've renamed to the Boza. So just regular old damage situation, 138 compared to 190. Not even that much of an increase, to be honest. Thank you, damage nerf. Fuck you. But for this, we will be wearing no armor. That's right, no armor whatsoever. This is all cosmetic, and that gives me more carry capacity. Apart from that, there is nothing on here. So yeah, we're doing that purely because people think my armor is the reason I'm so good at being stealthy on this character. So I guess killing two birds with one stone here. And these are the perks, in case y'all are wondering. Yep, looks about right. Pretty normal to what I run when I'm not doing boss fights. And then come up here, my legendary perks. I've already explained all reasoning for all this sort of stuff, so beauty. Let's get to it. Let's go prove the people wrong that it is in fact the build that does the damage. Alright, here we are. Regular old Fixer, nothing legendary about it. No armor equipped. Up and down, just so you can see. Let's take this guy out. Pretty standard. You know, regular old stealth commandos vibes right there, mate. Alright, and here we go. Regular old Fixer, no armor equipped. Just to, it's also daytime, so this will help me prove a point that, you know, it's the build that makes me so stealthy. I'm just gonna do this a little bit different. Gonna sneak all the way through here, past all these big green fucks. I'm in caution, I'm in hidden, and no problem at all. Just gonna sneak past this dog, which really should see me, but doesn't. And go all the way over here. And I'm gonna start the fight over here. Bang. 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 They're none the wiser. And I'm doing all this with no armor, and just a regular old Fixer that doesn't even have legendary effects. All 3-star. So, obviously, using legendary gear, armor, and weapons does help my case. It just amplifies my abilities tenfold due to you know, the legendary effects. So the already awesome build that I have, which I've shown at the start, is just amplified by the legendaries that I choose to put on this this build. So man, yeah, I think that proves my point right there. Not bad, a good size. Let's move on to the Scorch Beasts. Alright, and we're in fucking Batland. No armor equipped, and same old Fixer. This is, I actually foresee a problem here because this build is not tanky, and I think these sonic blasts of the Scorch Beast will actually kill me if I get hit by those, so we'll try not to do that. Let's let him know that we're here. Oh, mate. And he's pretty much almost dead. Not sure where some of those shots went, they just didn't register, I guess. That was weird. Hit that guy, let him know that I'm down here. Get out of here, Scorched. That plant scared me. Oh, yeah, here we go. Is it going to hurt me? Oh, not enough. Come on, mate. Land for us, buddy. What is hitting me? I am getting shot. As you all know, this build is weak by nature because it relies on stealth instead of the ability to tank. So that's why I'm extra cautious. Jesus. And Beast Land. Beauty. Saves me the trouble of trying to free aim you out of the sky. And yeah, just take out all these fellas, I guess. Easy does it. No armor, like, literally no armor being worn, and no legendary weapon. Let's go out of here. You go on, mate. Alright, awesome. I'm going to save what I have to say here for the end of the video. I'm going to make a conclusion, and yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. I hope you all enjoyed that, and if I somehow offended someone else with this video, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's not intentional, but if you are offended by anything I said in this video, if I can just leave the video, unsubscribe, whatever. We don't need that kind of negative energy around here. So yeah, get nicked. Anyways, final thoughts. Freya. She performed really fucking well, better than I thought she would, because even with my bloodied weapons and all my armor and all that, the damage difference isn't that much, but that's just purely because of the damage calculation change. Bethesda royally fucked us over with the strength multipliers. You get 5% damage per point of strength, which really doesn't add up. Now with the additive multiplier, instead of being a multiplier rather. Bloodied doesn't really give us an extra 100% damage, so it's kind of just fucking dead in the water. But aside from that, it handled pretty well. I took everything out in just a relatively short amount of swipes. I still one hit to two hit all the mutants. So in my eyes, Freya performed pretty admirably. That's hardcore proof that you don't need any legendary armor or legendary weapons to perform well at melee. You just need a good build. Okay, that is the basis of everything. That is the fucking foundation. The build needs to be strong, otherwise all the god roll weapons and armors don't mean shit. Next we move on to Thor, the heavy gunner. I decided to wear Raider armor because it's the weakest power armor in the game, and well, my Strangleheart isn't technically legendary, but I figured I didn't want to use that in case someone in the comments was like, he's using this armor, so it's amplifying his abilities. So yeah, that's my reasoning for that. Still, it definitely achieved its goal, which was being still really tanky. I was able to tank some behemoth shots there with the fire hydrant, and kill everything else around me relatively quickly with the non-legendary LMG. It performed as I expected it to. So, right then and there, hardcore proof. You don't need legendary armor and weapons and stuff like that. You just need a good build, which is what I have. So yeah, feel free to follow that. And I'd just like to make it clear, with all of these, I am not telling you not to use perks. I'm not trying to tell you how to play. I'm just giving you tips and tricks and information that, in my eyes, is extremely valuable to new players and maybe some older players alike. If you're running around with all these weight reduction perks and wondering why you're not getting the damage that you think you deserve, it's probably because you're using weight reduction perks. Let's be honest. Stuff like that. Using Good with Salt, if you're using fucking Through Hiker, White Knight, if you're using Gunsmith. Well, Gunsmith is alright to use because it is actually useful, but I tend to never use it. And, you know, just other perks like that, okay? You've got to pick and choose the perks, and you've got to make sacrifices if you want damage. If you don't want damage and don't care about damage side of things, that's fine, keep doing what you're doing, but don't complain about not being able to deal damage, because you're actively avoiding the choices that would lead you to deal damage. Okay, you can't have both. It's literally a sacrifice thing here. So anyway, moving on. So next we went on to Odin. He was the shotgunner, the build that started all this division and all this nonsense because of my message to magic shotgun users video. So basically, majority of the comments in that video were just absolute. It was support for me, so thank you guys again for supporting me in the comment section, but we did have a lot of fuckwits in there. Most of you saw that and replied to the fuckwits, but the main comment and the main grievance people had was I was displaying me using a bloodied explosive shotgun and saying, and claiming that shotgun builds are viable. And in this video I, by and large, back that up by doing the exact same thing and achieving the exact same thing more or less without the use of any legendary weapons or armor. So that nitpick is just shot in the foot, dead to rights. There's not much else I can say about that. Shotguns are viable in this game. They're a viable playstyle. Yes, they can be out-damaged and outperformed by melee, commando, and heavy guns and all that, and yes, they also need a buff. Shotguns do need a buff, I agree completely with that, but the purposes of this video and the magic video that I made, you don't need to rely on a glitch, you don't need to rely on your legendary gear, you just need a good build. That's why it's the title of the video. Build your build properly and you'll be fine. as I clearly again demonstrate, this is probably the 4th or 5th time that I demonstrate shotguns can be useful, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Then we used the pistol build, which is Ragnar. Now this one, I probably had a poor choice of weaponry here, the Western revolver. It was pretty lacking in DPS, and it doesn't have that much like stopping power, that much damage per shot anymore because of the nerf. So revolvers got hit a lot with the damage nerf, so that's something no one really talks about. I should have used a 10mm pistol or something rather like that, but it still performed well. It was the only death in the video, so that's shows that pistols are just a little bit under the league of all the other builds. You know, out of all my builds, the shotguns and the pistols are probably the on the weaker side, but that doesn't mean they're weak. They're just on the weaker side. They're really good builds. So obviously, if I was using my Bloodied explosive Western revolver, I would have been one-shotting pretty much everything. I would have probably only taken less than 10 shots to kill the Scorch Beast and the Behemoth, whereas using non-legendary weapons and non-legendary armor, it took quite a bit longer, which is alright, you know. Just showing that it can be done, and that it is the build that makes this stuff all powerful. So, and then lastly, we have probably my second favorite build, the Commando, Hela, or / Rainer, whichever way you look at it. But yeah, she performed bloody amazing. We all know stealth commandos are the best DPS option in the whole game. They are so good, so good. And this was like a little double dip. I shown that you don't even need armor. I was wearing no armor this whole time, and I didn't get detected once, I believe. Maybe I got detected once at the end there fighting the Scorch Beast, but I'm pretty sure I was in caution the whole time. But non-legendary fixer, no armor, and I performed bloody amazingly. You wouldn't even... You from watching the footage, you would think, hey, this guy's still rocking his legendary gear. So, stealth commandos are fine. They're all good. I would rather that they got a little bit of a buff though, because, you know, we can't solo bosses the same anymore. It's just a little nitpick, but that's fine. In absolute conclusion though, this video was purely just made to prove a point that my builds are good, that my builds are great actually, and you don't need all these all-powerful god roll stuff to make them viable. It just helps at the end of the day. It only just helps. What really matters is the perk cards and the mutations that you select for your build. Again, this is not me trying to play God and tell you what to do with your character. I really couldn't give a rat's ass what you do with your character. I'm just presenting this to the people that are eager to learn and eager to digest this information. So, again, because I mentioned it many times in the video, if you're offended by this, for whatever fucking reason, cool. We don't care. It's not meant to offend anyone, but if you're offended, get the fuck out of here. If you don't like my attitude, also get the fuck out of here. I'm not changing for nobody. I will be real, and I will tell it exactly how it is. I will not put on a mask or a persona or anything like that. I'm going to be my true self. If you don't like that, this is not the channel for you. So, with that being said, a massive thank you to all my Patreons and channel members. You guys help fuel the content I produce on this channel. I'm very sorry that I haven't been uploading consistently lately. I've just been lacking motivation for to put it lightly, for this video, for all videos on Fallout. But yeah, if you're new here and want to see more content like this, please do subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. Until next time, I've been Tyr. Catch us in the next one. Welcome to Valhalla.